Welcome to Skytech-Lens. On October 22, 2025, at Hanwha Ocean's sprawling shipyard in Geoje, South Korea, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney and Navy Commander Angus Topshee arrived for a historic inspection of the Geoje, a 3,600-ton KSS-3 submarine. The visit was marked by a sense of anticipation and purpose as the Canadian delegation walked alongside their South Korean counterparts, taking in the scale and sophistication of the facility. This was more than a routine diplomatic visit. It was a bold and deliberate signal of Canada's intent to transform its military capabilities and elevate its global standing. The presence of top officials underscored the seriousness of the moment, as discussions focused on the future of Canadian naval power. The Geoje, equipped with cutting-edge technology and advanced stealth features, stood as a symbol of South Korea's rapid emergence as a defense powerhouse. For Canada, it represented a pivotal shift, a move away from traditional reliance on the United States and European suppliers, and toward forging new, independent partnerships in the Indo-Pacific. For Prime Minister Carney, this moment was the culmination of a carefully planned strategic shift. It was about positioning Canada as a leader, not a follower, in the evolving landscape of global security. The discussions at the shipyard reflected a new confidence in Canada's ability to shape its own defense future. The $20 billion deal under consideration would do more than just replace Canada's aging submarine fleet. It would redefine the nation's role on the world stage. The investment promised to bring new technology, jobs, and expertise to Canada, while strengthening ties with a key Pacific ally. The visit underscored the birth of a new alliance, one that could reshape Pacific defense dynamics for decades to come. It was a partnership built on mutual respect, shared interests, and a vision for a more secure and stable region. As Canadian officials toured the vast facility, the scale and ambition of the partnership became unmistakably clear. The shipyard buzzed with activity, a testament to South Korea's industrial might and the possibilities that lay ahead for Canada's Navy. Choosing South Korea as a partner would surprise both allies and rivals, marking a bold new direction for Canadian defense policy. The move sent ripples through international circles, sparking debate and admiration in equal measure. On the docks of Geoje, as the sun rose over the shipyard, it was clear that Canada was preparing to lead, not just participate, in shaping the future of maritime security in the Pacific and beyond. Canada's 4 Victoria-class submarines, purchased second-hand from the United Kingdom in the late 1990s, were once seen as a cost-effective way to maintain a submarine capability. But these aging vessels have struggled to adapt to Canada's unique and often unforgiving maritime environment. Over the years, they have been plagued by constant breakdowns, mechanical issues, and are fundamentally ill-suited for the icy, turbulent waters that surround Canada's vast coastlines. Fires, flooding incidents, and repeated mechanical failures have left the fleet unreliable and frequently out of commission. At any given time, only 1 or 2 submarines are actually operational, leaving the rest undergoing lengthy and expensive repairs. This chronic unreliability has created a dangerous capability gap. Canada is left unable to properly monitor its enormous maritime territory or assert its sovereignty in the increasingly strategic Arctic region, where global interest is rapidly growing. In today's world, modern submarines are essential for intelligence gathering, surveillance, and protecting national interests, especially in remote and contested regions. They serve as a silent deterrent and a vital tool for maritime security. But the Victoria-class subs, with their outdated technology, limited endurance, and lack of modern capabilities, simply can't meet these demands. They are falling further behind as other nations invest in advanced fleets. Endless repairs and mounting maintenance costs are no longer viable. The fleet is not only obsolete, but also a financial drain, diverting resources from more effective solutions. That's why the Canadian Patrol Submarine project is not just a choice, it's a necessary reset for the country's maritime defense strategy. The ambitious goal is to acquire up to 12 modern, reliable, conventionally powered submarines, specifically designed to operate in Canada's challenging geography and climate. This new fleet will finally allow Canada to secure its maritime future, protect its sovereignty, and play a meaningful role in the Arctic and beyond. The era of patchwork fixes is over. Canada needs a fresh start, and a modern submarine fleet is the only way forward. After reviewing 25 proposals, Canada's submarine competition is down to 2, Hanwha Ocean of South Korea and Germany's ThyssenKrupp Marine Systems, TKMS. TKMS offers the Type 20112CD, renowned for stealth and NATO integration, a traditional, reliable choice. Hanwha's KSS-3, already in service with South Korea, is backed by a dynamic Korean one-team approach, promising speed and industrial partnership. The German bid offers proven engineering and deep NATO ties. The South Korean bid represents a pivot to the Indo-Pacific and a partnership with a rising technological power. Canada faces a choice: the stability of European tradition or the dynamic potential of a Pacific alliance. Each option brings distinct advantages: precision and familiarity versus speed and strategic realignment. The decision will shape Canada's defense and global partnerships for decades. Which vision will Canada embrace? Hanwha Ocean's offer stands out for speed, scale, and proven performance. Hanwha promises the first 4 submarines by 2035, 2 years ahead of Germany's timeline, thanks to an active production line already building KSS-3 subs. After the first 4, Hanwha can deliver 1 new submarine per year, completing the fleet before 2040. The partnership with Babcock, which already supports Canada's current subs, ensures a smooth transition and strong local support. The UK's endorsement of Hanwha adds credibility. The KSS-3 is a fully operational, state-of-the-art submarine with advanced air-independent propulsion and lithium-ion batteries, ideal for Canada's vast patrol areas. Hanwha's bid is not a promise, but a proven product, ready for Canadian waters. For Canada, it's a chance to invest in reliability and rapid capability. The submarine deal is the centerpiece of a rapidly growing Canada-South Korea alliance, marking a new era of strategic partnership between the two nations. This alliance is not just about military hardware, it's about building trust, sharing expertise, and shaping the future of security and prosperity in the Pacific region. In October 2025, leaders signed a joint declaration on industrial security and defense cooperation, formalizing collaboration on technology, supply chains, and regional security. This agreement paves the way for deeper integration of defense industries, joint research, and coordinated responses to emerging threats in the Indo-Pacific. South Korean investment in Canada has surged, especially in clean energy and advanced manufacturing, creating jobs and innovation. New factories, research centers, and technology hubs are springing up, bringing together Canadian resources and South Korean expertise to drive sustainable growth. The submarine project is the security pillar of this economic partnership, representing a leap forward in naval technology and joint defense capabilities. It also signals a long-term commitment to mutual security and technological advancement. The alliance comes as Canada seeks to diversify trade, especially after U.S. tariffs hit Canadian exports hard. By strengthening ties with South Korea, Canada is opening new markets and reducing its vulnerability to external shocks. South Korea, with its dynamic economy, advanced technology, and shared democratic values, is an ideal partner for Canada's ambitions in the region. Some analysts call this a new Pacific Defense Alliance, anchoring stability in the Indo-Pacific. The partnership is seen as a counterbalance to rising tensions and shifting alliances in the region. For Canada, it means reduced reliance on the U.S. and new opportunities for growth, innovation, and global influence. For South Korea, it's a chance to partner with a G7 nation and access North American markets, while also enhancing its own security and technological edge. The submarine deal is a symbol of a profound geopolitical realignment, one that promises to reshape the balance of power and cooperation across the Pacific for years to come. Canada's deepening defense ties with South Korea have caught Washington off guard. Traditionally, Canada's major military contracts favored U.S. or NATO suppliers. Now, awarding its largest defense contract to a South Korean firm signals a push for strategic autonomy. Recent U.S. tariffs and trade disputes have fueled Canada's desire for independence. Meanwhile, Hanwha is also partnering with the U.S. on nuclear submarines, creating a complex web of interests. The deal forces Washington to reconsider its assumptions about Canada's alliances and North American defense. The submarine project is more than a military buy. It's a nation-building effort. At least 40% of the project's value must be invested in Canada, creating up to 15,000 high-skilled long-term jobs. Canadian firms like BlackBerry, L3 Harris, CAE, and Gastops will play key roles in software, systems, training, and propulsion. This focus on domestic industry will boost Canada's manufacturing and tech sectors for decades. Participation in such a complex project will give Canadian companies valuable experience and intellectual property. The project is a strategic investment in technological sovereignty. It's about building a world-class fleet, and a stronger, more innovative Canadian industrial base. The benefits will ripple across the economy and future defense projects. The submarine deal is the flagship of Canada's new Made in Canada, built with Asia doctrine. This strategy marks a shift from U.S. dependence to diversified global partnerships, especially in the Indo-Pacific. Recent U.S. tariffs expose Canada's economic vulnerability, prompting a goal to double exports outside North America within a decade. South Korea is the cornerstone of this new approach, combining domestic industrial benefits with Asian partnerships. The doctrine calls for shared supply chains, co-developed technology, and global market access. It's a pragmatic recognition that future growth lies in the East. The submarine deal embodies this vision, investing in Canadian industry while forging deep ties with Asia. Canada is redefining itself as a true Pacific nation. The submarine decision is about more than hardware. It's about Canada's identity and future. Partnering with Hanwha Ocean signals a confident step out of America's shadow and towards global leadership. This is not defiance, but self-definition. Canada as an independent, engaged Pacific power. The deal gives Canada real influence in the Indo-Pacific, a region central to global affairs. 12 advanced submarines will let Canada protect its interests and support allies. Diversifying partnerships reduces vulnerability and increases strategic options. If the Hanwha deal proceeds, it marks a major industrial realignment and a new era for Canada. The black hulls of these submarines will carry not just crews, but the ambitions of a nation charting its own course. Thanks for watching. Subscribe the channel for more updates.